we go.
There we go.
Dude, I just got back from the gym at like 12:50. I took the quickest shower of my life, and I'm here.
Here,
We
baby.
appreciate
Half
you.
ready.
Let's
We
go.
appreciate
That's
you.
all
You're good.
right.
You're good to go.
That's all right. Sarah,
What's today? What was today? Legs day, cardio. What
It was a little bit of everything. I started on the Stairmaster, working the booty, working the glutes. Then I went down and we did a bunch of stuff like lunges, squats, some what do you call these? Like,
I was about to say you're at Game Fit, right?
yeah.
Lem does a little bit of everything every day. Like you're not getting a rest. Like if you think, oh man, we did Stairmaster and deadlifts yesterday. Cool, yeah, do it again.
What are those? Are those supersets? Like
so
when you work on legs, but I'm working on my tris while I'm resting my legs.
Yeah, that's a superset. Yeah.
He's so out of control. Like the other day I went to the gym and there's like this new UFC fighter. So on Thursdays when I go, I'm always matched up with like UFC fighters or like guys in the NFL or guys in the Major League Baseball. And on last Thursday, there was like a new UFC fighter who came in to work out with us. And he was trying to explain to Lem like why his legs were so tired and he just like doesn't have it. Like he's a little bit slower at pushing the sleds. Lem literally like cursed him out and was like, I don't care. Don't ever come in here and tell me what you did the day before. Like, I don't want to hear what you did the day before. You don't come in here. So then that's gone. That's done, right? We finish our workout. I think it's over. I'm going to say bye to Lem. And he's over there talking to the guy again, saying like, hey, by the way, man, don't ever come in somebody's gym and tell them what you did the day before, like as if that's an excuse of what you can't do today. Like, we're doing what we're doing regardless. And like, nobody wants to hear what you did the day before. I was like, will you leave him alone?
I wouldn't recommend saying that either. I just go for the door.
I was like, this poor guy,
go for the door.
He's never coming back.
Oh, he's coming back.
He better come back.
You got to be pushed.
Get ran out of that gym.
You got to be pushed. Got to be better.
I've never been to Game Fit, man. I got to get over there, man.
You ain't going over
sure
there.
You want to? He's gonna make you throw up on purpose.
He will.
Just to prove a point.
I probably need it.
And now it's cold too. He don't turn the heat on or nothing.
No.
Like that warehouse is free.
Dungeon
bro,
feel.
you a baby. Like you were complaining when it was 60.
That
room is that warehouse.
It's cold. That's what they make
Sarah.
long sleeve compressions for. What are you talking about?
It's cold and it's not even cold yet. Like it's freezing in there and it's not even like really cold outside.
You make long sleeve compression.
You think them punk ass compressions are gonna help you? You're essentially working out outside.
Yeah, once I start moving.
Okay.
Y'all really be trying to play me like I ain't no athlete and like I ain't play. I was in the.
I mean, we heard that you used to play basketball like back in the heyday, but we never seen it.
But it's not your athletic prowess I question. It's your ability to handle the cold that I question.
I used to work out outside in the rain. I ain't playing out here.
Rain and cold are different.
It's also like, do you have the cardio?
I'm out there.
Wait till
you have the cardio.
Wait till he sends you that text. Hey man, need you at 4:15 tomorrow.
I was the original Breakfast Club. Me and my man Lamb. We get up. Stevie Johnson, what's up? We get up. It's dark. We getting out. Let's get to the gym. That's what we do.
I'm in my
consistency.
I'm snoozing.
Okay. All right.
It's all about your mind.
100%.
If I commit to it, absolutely, I'll do it.
Okay.
But I'm half stepping.
I would love to bring you in my time slot and watch it go down, but you're on the radio at that. Or no, I guess you're not. 11. You will be like you wouldn't make it back in time, but I'm 11 to 12.
I need some time to regroup now. I'm gonna need some time.
Trust me.
Me walking into these studios, legs off,
like army crawling in because you can't move your legs. Yeah, that'll be the case. Sarah, how do you reconcile the Kings record with how they've played? They're 2-5, but they've obviously played really well.
Yeah. I mean, I think, just same thing that we've talked about, just the fact that they're in really close games. Like they're not getting blown out. They're losing in really close games. They should have won yesterday's game. Obviously, I'm sure you guys talked about it today already, but Tyler Hero traveling, before hitting that 3. But at the end of the day, it's basketball and those calls, you're not going to get every single call on that. That's just the way it goes. But you reconcile it by being like, hey, we are so much better. Like defensively, it's like night and day difference from last season to this season. And that's basically what you have to do. Be like, okay, we're getting better. We're barely, how many games are we in the season now?
7.
7. Yeah. plenty of time. I mean, they look good. And they look good without De'Aaron Fox. And really, they could have won that game without De'Aaron Fox. And I bet you a lot of people didn't think it was going to be that close without, I guess we're calling him Foxy now. That's the new thing.
No, we're not. No, it ain't no
No,
we.
you guys
I'm not calling him Foxy. I do not. I still don't understand who signed off on this.
It like happened. Like I heard Monte McNair say it for the first time in like a press conference. It was this season, I want to say. Yeah. And I was like, that's new, Foxy.
We were airing that press conference like, oh, we're doing this.
So we're doing.
That's it. All right. I think
feel
it's
like
Christie's fault. I'm not 100% certain, but I think it might be Doug Christie's fault.
What's your guys's, take on, like, why don't you like Foxy? Like,
I mean, he's a grown man. I'm a grown man. Why am I calling him Foxy? Now, you can make the argument that we probably shouldn't be calling David Ortiz Big Papi, but that's different.
I don't call David Ortiz. Well, no, I do. I call Pop.
Yeah, we just do it.
I don't know. It's just Foxy. I don't know. It's just. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like Red Velvet either. I don't like
Red Velvet. Yeah, Red Velvet. I was like, can I call him that?
It's not even cool. Like, hey, Red Velvet. It's like the old Cedric the Entertainer line. Yo, delicious. Like, no, like I ain't yelling. Hey, Shannon, can we get Red Velvet on the show this week? Like, nah. Like
that's like when something happened in one of the homies. He was referring to like Kevin Hart, but he was like, look at Kitty, look at chocolate drop. I said, bro, don't call me that. Don't call me that. What you got in your mind? Don't call me no chocolate drop. Crazy.
That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. We got to work on something else other than Foxy, but it's probably too late. I feel like it when the GM starts doing it, it's probably too late.
It's a thing. It's a thing now. So just jump on board, and it'll
come
out
easier. Great point. Yeah, they played great without De'Aaron yesterday, and I think that's just a sign of how this roster has gotten so much better.
It's just, I feel like still, obviously, there needs to be improvements. Davion Mitchell needs to work on his shooting. This poor guy, I love him so much, but like every time he gets the ball, and I hope he's not listening, every time he gets the ball, I'm literally like, don't shoot it.
Oh, no. He's been working on it, though. He's been working on a jump shot. But, I mean, the inconsistency of it all is the frustration. You can have a game
Did you see the air
like
ball?
In Charlotte. Well, yeah, I mentioned one air ball. I didn't mention that one. But, yeah, I saw it. I don't know how that happens. But he needs to find a way to be more consistent. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, we're not asking him to go 9 of 11 every time he's out there. But he can't airball corner 3. You know what I mean? Like you've got to be able to be a little bit more consistent with the jump shot, especially the wide open
catch. He drives the lane, like that's money. Like that's the stuff I'm just like, you know what I mean? But like just if the shot isn't there, but sometimes, you shoot your way out of it. And then I'm, saying like, oh no, let him shoot. I want him to prove me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like I would love that. But just like, I see myself every time he starts to pull up from long range and I'm sitting here like turning my head and I don't want to do that. I want to be like
hands up, celebrating. What do you think about Kevin Huerter? Did you expect like this from Kevin Huerter when that trade was made?
No, I'm actually very surprised by Kevin Huerter. He's been just everything the Lakers need. Everything the Lakers. That's all I can think about. I'm like, dang, like, how did we miss this? No. But yeah, I've been really surprised by his shooting, and he's like a dog, and he's just zoned in, and I love his play. He's been so much fun to watch. And I think there was somebody that like I was listening to the radio show one day that called in about him and like compared him to Harrison Barnes. Am I right about that? Do you remember some guy like called in and he's like, oh, I feel like Kevin Huerter just looks like Harrison Barnes out on the floor, or like, do you guys remember that?
There was some angry times a week ago, so I could remember something.
Kevin Huerter had a stretch of 2 games, I think. Golden State might be one of them. Whatever one, maybe the other one was Memphis, where he did not shoot well.
And wasn't he like also like still battling back from injury? Like he was still like not 100%. I mean, he probably still isn't 100%.
He hurt his shoulder on one and against Miami.
I think like where that's the one where he kind of tucked his arm in a little bit. Yeah. I don't remember if that was his shoulder.
No, it wasn't Miami. It was Memphis.
Okay.
Because Miami, he was balling in the second half. Memphis, he didn't come back.
Yeah.
Well, he came back.
That's right. We were wondering if he was going to play.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy too, because like just how people are just putting Harrison Barnes like in a different category now. And just like a year ago, he was like literally the Kings like most reliable player. It's interesting how times change, right? Like what an off season can do.
Well, he's got to play better too, though.
He does. He definitely does.
More than what he has. He's starting to get at least a little bit more aggressive. So that's a good thing. Now the execution is the next part. You know, he had a great game against Memphis. But the 2 games after that, Miami, the first Miami game was okay. Charlotte, he got more aggressive and played better late in the game. Last night, you talked about Davion's air ball. The other one was Harrison. Harrison missed it 5.5 feet to the right. I don't know what that's.
He makes sloppy passes.
Yeah.
Very sloppy passes. It's interesting. I wonder what's going on in the noggin.
Yeah, they didn't turn the ball over too much yesterday, did they? Like that didn't feel like something like I don't remember thinking. Well, I mean, I know there's the one very obvious one near the end of the game. Yeah, from Malik Monk, just 12 turnovers yesterday.
Malik Monk, he's been fun to watch.
Yeah,
Kenny's guy.
It's my guy.
Kenny's been speaking this into existence for 6 years.
If he would have been here 6 years ago, he probably would have been in the finals by now.
Okay. Why do you always got to be extra?
No, Malik is balling though, man. And there is an aspect to him that is a little streaky. And I wonder if that has to do a little bit more with just the new settings, the new coaching, all this other stuff, getting used to a certain role, or if that is who he is. But if he's somebody that, if it is a situation where he's just trying to get acclimated to new settings and things of that nature, and when he gets comfortable, he's 15, 16 a night off the bench. That's another element to this team that
I mean, that's what he did last year, right?
Yeah.
Those were his Laker numbers last year.
He was coming off the bench last year too. So
and you just see like just even like the way he drives the lane. You saw the play early on yesterday where he's like one hand gives the other spin. Like he's just a ball, but he's just athletic. Like
he's the truth.
It's crazy. He had 0 points against the Clippers. It's
inexcusable. And then he had, I think, 6 against Memphis. Like that's the whole thing. Like he'll have a game like he had last night, and then Charlotte, I think he had like 7 points. And
his games have kind of been all over the place.
Yeah. If he can find a way to be, I know he may be a streaky player a little bit, but he can't be that streaky. He can't be 19.
6, 0, 16, 15, 6, 7, 19.
And was he playing in like a lot of those minutes in the 0 and the?
I mean, 15, 13, he played 28 against Golden State. He played 22 against Memphis, 13, 15, and he played 22 last night.
If he can find a way to get 13 to 15 points a night this year.
Yeah.
That's a sweet spot. That'd be good.
And then Kevin Huerter just draining him from downtown the way he's like, I think the Kings are going to be okay.
Sarah, what you think about Mike Brown last night after the game, kind of going off on the refs, and finally after 7 games talking about like, we're not getting the whistle right now. Like this is inexcusable. We need a little bit more. You think it was time for that, or was it a little premature, or are you with that?
No, I'm with it, because I think also like, you know how like just in life in general, when you go through things, it's easy to not see somebody's perspective until they're going through it. Like he's been with the Warriors for so many years, like you get used to like getting calls and kind of things going your way because you have that respect. And it's like now, you know, he's here in Sac, and like he's seeing that the other players don't have that respect. Specifically, De'Aaron Fox gets roughed up on all the time and doesn't get calls. And I think he's just trying to set the tone early on. Like, you guys are not about to do this to us all season long. Like, you know, we just lost this game and you missed a major call and you were standing right there. And I think that's what's so frustrating about it is that 3-pointer was really the nail in the coffin at that point, you know, and to miss that call, I think that he said exactly what he needed to say, and he should have went off, because set the precedence early. Let them know how you feel.
Not to send this conversation into tough spot. But
Talk about my Raiders.
yeah, is it? They got the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing at this point. Is there dirt on the Raiders yet? Is it over?
It's not over. So I looked up a crazy stat that I saw. Okay, Raiders have right now, as it sits, they have a 12 to 14% chance at making the postseason. Now, against the Jags, if they win, it jumps to a 21 to 25% of making the postseason. If they lose to the Jags, it's less than 8% chance that they make the postseason. So you can say, like, this is a must
We're using
win.
analytics, huh?
I mean,
we're
at
using
this point-
538 totals to try to figure out if the Raiders got a chance to keep it going.
yeah, of course I'm going to. And at this point, they just need to win. It sort of is a must win because these are games that are like, no games are gimme in this league. You know, you got to respect your opponent. And I think that they didn't respect the Saints. I think the coaching staff may have. I think Derek Carr may have. But that's about it. I don't think the entire team respected the Saints, and they learned quick that you need to respect every single team in the league, and hopefully they'll go in and respect the Jags like they should.
So here's the thing about that, Sarah. The numbers are the numbers, right? You understand that. Now, I want to talk about your gut right now. I want to talk about your feeling after seeing that team in that spot where they had a lot of momentum after beating the Texans. You're feeling good about yourself. Let's go, on this little run to not just lose, but to the point where you don't get past midfield to like the fourth quarter. Do you believe
he didn't even get past midfield? It was the backup Jarrett Stidham who got past midfield. Let's just make that clear.
That team under that coach with that quarterback can do what needs to be done to turn this season around?
I mean, look, I'm a fan, so like, obviously my heart wants to say yeah, but like my mind is like no. Like, look at just the way like Derek Carr looked like he was frozen at times, like in the pocket, just like I was like, what are we doing? Like, make something happen. Like, I understand that you're running for your life all game, but like that's when you need to rise to the occasion and figure it out. He is basically just be like, okay, I'm just gonna stand here until y'all sack me. Like, no, like scramble, move around. Like, I don't know. I think the offensive line has some to do with it. I mean, I think that also in last week's game, like I said, I think that they just underestimated that team. But I guess long story short, no, I don't think that they're going to the postseason this year. But I do think that next year it looks better.
Oh, hey. I think you might have. Can we get the breaking news? The breaking glass?
This isn't real breaking news, but okay, I'll play along.
There we go. From our guy, James Ham, ESPN 1320 Kings Insider.
Yeah.
The last 2-minute report confirms that Tyler Hero traveled on his game-winning three-pointer against the Sacramento Kings. That means we'll get to play the game again, right?
That means we won.
I know, right?
How this works, we won.
That's what that means, right? That's why they're letting us know this. That's why they're having this 2-minute report to say, hey, we either won or you guys are in Miami. Play again.
Run it back.
Let's go. Play the last minute in the game again.
We're going to send the Heat to Orlando for you to play the last.
We want to play the last minute of the game.
Or
ridiculous.
Or it's just, we got that wrong.
You know what it is? It's a Buddy Hield. My bad. It's my bad. Sorry, guys.
Sarah got a kick out of that.
Yeah,
we're gonna isolate Sarah's laugh. Jesse, we need to isolate Sarah's laugh and use that. All right. We all knew Tyler Hero traveled, and the league has confirmed Tyler Hero traveled. I'll tell you what, though, you better not find Mike Brown. When you confirm what Mike Brown said was right, you better not find that man for pointing it out in the post-game press conference when he's saying, hey, he traveled. Hey, you guys missed this. Hey, you guys got this wrong. We're not getting the calls. And then for the league to go, yep, we missed this. Sorry about that. Oh, by the way, Mike, you're fined $25,000. You better not find that man. Better not.
Was it you guys talking about I'm trying to remember if it was sometimes I've listened to different things. I can't remember who it was that Mike Brown. It's time for Mike Brown to get a technical.
Yeah.
It was y'all.
There's that time.
I feel like this is kind of that same thing.
Yep.
Like him calling out the referees post game is sort of like him getting a technical. So he answered. And what I wanted to make a point on with the Raiders is I feel like a lot of the players really loved Rich Bisaccia, and it like hurt them that he didn't get that job.
Yeah. Yeah,
I know a couple players on the team personally, and like they wrote me privately, like when I had posted something about Josh McDaniels and said like, no.
You talked a lot about that when he was the coach, that you've got to give this guy a chance. Like this team loves him. You talked about it here. You talked about it on CBS 13. You brought that up like in the moment. This isn't hindsight. Like you've been talking about this for a while.
They really bought in. They went through a lot with him. Yep. They respected him. Yeah. They wanted to play for him.
Damn.
And you could have still made all the moves that you made with him as the head coach.
Well,
this team's too talented. That team's too talented to be
too talented, and that's what's sick about it. That's what's hard about it all.
You like you mentioned, though, like you laid out, you got the Jags coming up. Hopefully, you can take care of business there. And it was never a situation where you had to go undefeated the rest of the season to make the playoffs. You were going to lose a game or two here and there. That's the game. That's the game that you lost. Now it's time to bounce back and see if we can get things back.
It's magnified. So we'll let you go. It's magnified by the way that they lost.
Yeah,
like y'all got shut out.
Laid a goose egg. Like ew. Like that's disgusting. Like
real quick before Sarah leaves, where you at on Friday?
I'm in studio. I've been in studio, but our game of the week is Intercom versus Granite Bay. Two ranked teams. We feel like, Isaiah N.A., he's a little freshman from Granite Bay, and he's been balling like a beast. Yeah. Shout out to Game Fit. I feel like he like coaches all these players. He like, but
we gotta, when can we check you out? What time? What about 11:20?
Yep, 11:15. Joe Davidson is going to come on the show, and he's going to preview. Yeah, he's going to let us know, like, because basically now we're in the first round of the playoffs, right? Yeah. So like we'll know as soon as the game goes final who's playing in the next round. And so he's going to give a preview of next week at the end of our show. It'll be fun. And actually, like, more people our viewership went up in the second, and this is just a little braggadocious, but the show starts at 11 and more people are tuning in at 11:15, which, doesn't, for sports, it's like a big deal because people really care about news, but like, it just shows you, and you guys may want to take note on this, how much people love high school sports here. How much people care. Like maybe y'all can do like a segment because people eat that stuff up. All their kids are playing.
Sarah, don't listen to us.
That's all right. That's all right. Sarah.
I do listen to you guys. You guys have a lot. I literally listen to you guys almost every day. Am I missing something?
Joe Davidson's on every week.
Us on our own show. It's Cold World.
Does he?
Sarah Hodges, Cold World.
You guys know. My point is that you guys need to be doing a segment every single day on high school sports, on the high school football. You guys do a segment every day on high school football. Like, I'm sorry I can't listen to y'all 4 hours, 5 days a week.
That's all we ask. Well, that's all we ask. 20 hours a week, Sarah. Is that so
like
hard?
A job.
Is that so hard, Sarah? 20 hours. Is that so hard? We've got to go. Jesse's.
I messed up. Okay, sorry.
We love you.
I could talk to you guys all day.
Thanks, Sarah.
All right, see you guys soon.